Oh my God. Special edition. Waiting for everybody to get in. I am stunned. I am stunned. I have watched every season of The Handmaid's Tale, and today was like watching the flashback when they blew up like the Senate. And I'm speechless. At this point, somebody pointed it out on Facebook in my comments. This is a support group, and it really is. First off, this is how today was supposed to go because I watched it in real time. First of all, hello to all of you. I see you in. I watched it in real time unfold. And I knew that there were going to be protests. I knew that. But like many of you, most of you, I had no idea that it was going to turn into this. I'm still watching my TV live while we're meeting. And I turn it on. I'm watching these proceedings with these 13 senators. They get into the hall, the chamber. Ted Cruz, dumbass, contests the state of Arizona because they go in alphabetical order. And I want to start first with Ted Cruz. I don't want to blame the people of Texas, but because I know it's not everyone, but I'm confused at how did y'all give him another term? Ted Cruz as a man, Donald Trump has talked about your family, your father, your wife, like I don't understand. And we're at a place where we're seeing pictures of these terrorists, these insurrectionists, these domestic terrorists. Because I'm going to tell you something. No foreign terrorists, they can say 9/11, and there's stories about that too. But no domestic terrorists, no terrorist, from outside of this country has ever done anything remotely like this. And that's just a fact. And I want to rewind here. I want to rewind because there are so many people to blame for today. See, Donald Trump is to blame, but he wouldn't have gotten this far without help. Twitter, I blame you. Twitter, you are responsible for what happened today, and I don't give a fuck if y'all delete my account. You're responsible because Twitter helped us get to this point. I don't give a fuck now y'all want to delete tweets and y'all want to flag videos on Twitter. Y'all should have been doing that when you knew the shit wasn't true and it wasn't right. So Twitter, this is your fault too, as a company. Because see, a lot of this stuff, and let's be real here, because we got a lot to unpack tonight. We probably gonna be on here for about an hour and a half. A lot of this stuff stems from power and money, and not just from Donald Trump. These Republican senators, let me tell you something. These Republican senators who wanted to do this contestment of the certification of the electoral votes for Joe Biden's presidency, a lot of them, I'm going to be 100 with you. A lot of them ain't doing it because they know that they can really make a damn difference. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of them don't even care. The reason why Ted Cruz and all the Josh Hawley and all these people that joined that fucking peanut gallery did that shit, they was doing that to get Trump supporters to join their base. Okay? to join that. It wasn't because it was going to make this profound difference or they gave a fuck about how an election goes. They don't care because they damn sure ain't care in 2016. And Hillary actually won the popular vote. What they did today, or what they attempted to do today in that House and that Senate chamber, was grandstand, get some television time on our dime, because we're paying for them to grandstand and contest these states that they know they fucking lost. Okay? So that they can look good and build a base. Because some of them want to run for president in the future. So it was never about defending democracy. It was never about, oh, we have to do election reform. Let's be clear here. If you wanted to do election reform, y'all had 4 years to take care of that shit before we even got to November 3rd, 2020. So cut the shit. Now, we want to do, Ted Cruz proposes on the floor today, a 10-day emergency committee. Bitch, we ain't fitting to be arguing with you 13 days before this man gets sworn in about votes from states that done recounted 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 20 goddamn times. What the fuck is wrong with you? And then who gonna pay for that? The American people. We gonna pay for that. Ain't nobody doing no damn emergency committees. We spent all that goddamn money on Robert Mueller's ass for that Russia investigation that they covered up. And look where that got us. Millions of dollars of taxpayer money down the goddamn drain, but you can't give American citizens $2,000 fucking dollars over a stretch of 9 goddamn months to help take care of their damn bills. But you want to have a special committee. Fuck you, Ted Cruz, whatever the fuck your name is. So that's what that is about. It's not about, oh, the democracy. What was getting ready to happen, what we were getting ready to see, was showboating and political theater. That is political theater, what we were getting ready to watch today. Now, mind you, it was entertaining political theater because we had to watch these Republicans who have been trying it for the last 4 years have to fucking eat their words and fight each other. Congratulations to Raphael Warnock and Ossoff. Okay? But even Mitch McConnell, and you know how I feel about Turkey Neck, even he, in his opening speech, even though he threw shade through it, which was to be expected, but even he said, sis, this ain't the look. This ain't the look, sis. This ain't what we doing. Even she said that. Even he said that. Well, you got Turkey Neck saying, look, bitch, you know some shit is going on. Okay? Mike Pence, they was already cutting up over where they can stand on the floor. Mike Pence even had to say, look, bitch, look, we not doing this today. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy to me. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this because we got a lot to unpack. Now it's talks of we want to expedite this certification process. They're supposed to be reconvening at 8 now that the Capitol is secure. I hope they swept for bombs. I hope they swept for bombs. Because it was a pipe bomb left at the RNC headquarters, office or whatever. Crazy. Now they want to expedite the process and hurry up and certify these votes. I'm going to tell you one thing, though, because we got a lot of shit to get into. One thing that I like about this is that it scared the shit out of a lot of these congressmen and these senators. They shook as shit. And for that, I'm happy that this happened. Because you need to stop playing with people. Y'all played with people for 9 months to decide if United States citizens were worthy of getting assistance from their government during a global pandemic and crisis. You took 9 months to decide if they were worth $600. And then when pushed for $2,000, Mitch McConnell, you say, no, American citizens aren't worth $2,000 over the span of 9 months. So for that, because they need to know that people are not playing. People are tired of this shit. I'm happy that their asses was hiding on the Senate floor behind barricades and shit with minimal police protection to help escort their asses up out of there. That was a plus. But it shouldn't have got that far. I know I'm preaching tonight, but today was a lot. Now let's talk about this. The elephant in the room that we all know. No terrorists from any other country, like I said, with the exception of 9/11, have ever gotten this far or done no shit like this. And the time has come to designate Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers, and all of these other crazy, corny motherfuckers as terrorist groups. Because that's what they are. Today was domestic terrorism. When you storm a federal building, the Capitol, when you fight police and we have to hide senators and congressmen and sneak them underground in secret tunnels to evacuate, that's terrorism. There's no other way to say it. That's what it is. Today was a terrorist attack. It wasn't even a damn insurrection. This was terrorism. And I know that the media and, the government officials are going to tiptoe around that fact. But today you encountered a terrorist attack, bitch. And I'm not going to put it any other way. Now, there were a few public officials in this situation that I was actually very concerned for, because I know that they would have been targets for these people. I was concerned for AOC. I was concerned for Ilhan Omar. I was concerned for Nancy, Rashida Tlaib. I was concerned, Ayanna. I was concerned, Chuck Schumer, for quite a few of these people, because I know that they were targets. They were targets. Just imagine, and I'm thankful that this didn't happen, if they'd have got AOC. Now, let's get to this. How is it that it was this easy to storm, overrun police, get inside of the Capitol building with the vice president in attendance and all of Congress and Senate? This is where some people are going to call me a conspiracy theorist. This is where I'm not going to give a fuck. It was planned. And I'm not saying that it was all of government. But anytime you have the mayor of D.C., and even though Muriel Bowser has her faults, what we're not going to do is blame this black lady for anything that's going on right now, because she does not operate on the federal level. She works with federal police, but that bitch only got but so many powers in this situation. Why is it that she puts in a request for National Guard something like 3 days ago, allegedly, and it gets denied. Knowing that you have a high stress, high intensity turnover in this electoral process, knowing from government intel that there's a plan for protests and that people are going to be flying in from other states to do this, why would you not have the National Guard? But you will have the National Guard for unarmed teenagers, disabled people, and old-ass hippies at an Antifa and Black Lives Matter protest. You will have all of the flashbangs. You will have all of the rubber bullets. You will have all of the spark sticks, all of the shields, and all of the knee pads. Then I saw one video, and I want to confirm it first, because, you know, it's a lot of video going around on Twitter right now. And it looked like the police got so overrun, they just opened the gate and they just walked into the perimeter where the Capitol building, they breached the perimeter. They were let in. I feel for those police, because let's be real here, the police officers that were on duty, they don't make the decision of security plans and all that. They report to their post and this is their job. I low-key feel for them a little bit because they was left out the slaughter. Because if shit had went really bad, they'd have killed them police officers. Because here's the thing. And the difference between this set and your average Black Lives Matter, Antifa, you know, teenagers marching for peace and police brutality and all that. They know these motherfuckers is armed. Why come to a protest in bulletproof vests and camouflage clothing? I saw a video of one protester throwing what looked like a smoke bomb at the police. Why are you at a protest with a smoke bomb? Here's the thing. The reason why the Metropolitan Police pretty much disappeared is because they know they would have died if it went really next level. Because them people are armed to the teeth. They're armed to the teeth. And they were scared. And they didn't know what to do. So we have an issue here. Right? You left, and this is why Donald Trump he should be charged for treason. Because I know he had a hand in this. We know how everything is ran. In as far as the lack of police presence and security. Okay? There's no way that a government building like this with all, and think about it. Let's think about this, guys, and I hate to go down this road. But if a pipe bomb was left at RNC offices, what would have happened if they got in there and if you've ever watched Designated Survivor or freaking Handmaid's Tale, if a bomb was set off in there with them in there and it killed massive amounts of congressmen and senators, or the vice president got killed, his ass need to be removed tonight. They talking about invoking that 25th Amendment. It takes the cabinet to do that. His cabinet are lackeys. I don't know how that's going to work. But today was dangerous. And it's not over. Now, I'm looking at the television set at this time as we're talking. Muriel Bowser put a curfew in effect in D.C. for 6 p.m. These people are ignoring that curfew. Once again, now we're going to get into the double standard. As a black person in this country, once again, I'm pissed. I'm mad. You know why I'm mad? Because I don't see any arrests. The police in this capacity with the riot gear and the shields and shit didn't show up for 4 hours. Almost 5. And what this does, it sends a message and a confirmation to black people in this country, to any person of color in this country. The police and the government will never be fair to you. And I hate saying that, but it's the truth. You will never get the grace that your white counterparts get. You will never get the leeway that your white counterparts get. You will never get it. I posted a video on my social medias of a black cop, policeman, security guard, whatever, in the Capitol building, running and trying to fend off white terrorists storming the Capitol building. They chasing him up the steps. He running. He had to run to try to get to where other cops were for him to be protected. I hope Blue Lives Matter to your black ass still. And I posted that, and I want to send this message out to all of the black cops, because I see y'all post on Facebook and social media when these Black Lives Matter protests happen, when these police shootings happen, and y'all say y'all need to follow directions. It put your hand, why did you do this? Why did you move that way? I hope you see that video, because I have no sympathy for you. And I'm going to be honest. And the reality is this. Then you'll say, well, see, if something happened to you, if we protect you. Motherfucker, that's your job. You don't get brownie points for doing what the fuck I'm paying you for. You paid to protect and serve. And when it comes to black people, you rarely do either one of those things. But when it comes to these white folks, how in the world do a group of people who's not even from fucking DC, they not even from Alexandria, get to storm a Capitol building, post up, infiltrate, take pictures on the Senate and Congress floor, selfies with no mask so you know who the fuck they are, find Nancy Pelosi's office, take a picture in her office with their feet on the desk, write a note. I'm about to bust into tears right now, y'all, because I'm mad. I'm mad. Because as a black person in this country, you try to do the right thing. You try to follow all the rules. Here, even to get my firearm. Right? I had to go through so much shit to get a license to carry a handgun. Not even carry it, but just to own one. To protect myself from this bullshit that's out here. I gotta go to classes and shit to protect myself for some shit that I really don't even want to have to use. And y'all got these motherfuckers walking around here like that. That's disrespectful. Let's also get into the security breaches, not just from the buildings. Let's get into this tidbit here. They evacuated the people in Capitol Hill, in the Capitol, so fast that people were not able to lock their computers. Emails still up. Confidential documents everywhere out in the open, in offices. These dimwits taking pictures of computer screens, taking pictures of house floor documents. Who knows where that shit is going? Who knows what somebody got sitting in their office in the file cabinet somewhere? Let's think about that. The national security compromise that has happened today. We didn't even think about that. Let's wrap our heads in that. They got in Nancy's office. Nancy is the Speaker of the House. You know that bitch got a bunch of confidential shit in her office or things on her computer. And somebody said Control-Alt-Delete takes 2 seconds. Some people might... I'm going to give people the benefit of the doubt because it's easy for us to say, oh, lock your computer before you leave. But let's think about it, folks. Let's think about it. The first thing we say as people who work, oh, if this building on fire, fuck all this shit. I'm running up out of here. I ain't saving nothing. This job ain't worth my life. So you think that motherfuckers working in the Capitol ain't gonna think that way? When you got people outside storming the building with guns and shit, and the police is running? Let's be real here. Now, we also know that there were some people sprinkled in this crowd who had very, very, very specific intentions. Very specific. Oh, by the way, Twitter's locked Donald Trump's account for 12 hours. Woo! Thanks, Twitter. It only took the country to be on fire for y'all to finally do the right goddamn thing. Jamar says, speak to the cause and the quiet. Absolutely. And shout out to you, Jamar. My heart is with you in regards to your dad. You have my love, and I feel so much for you. But that's another issue, the national security breach in the documents that were left. We're not even thinking about that. Right? Donald Trump is crazy. You got people close to him now saying he's lost his mind. Here's my thing. All of these staffers are like, oh my God. All of these people are like, oh my God. All of these CEOs that gave him money and supported him through all this time, now everybody want to call CNN and say it's a mess. Rick Santorum on TV. Oh my God, I'm gagging. I don't feel bad for y'all. And quite frankly, all of y'all can shut the fuck up. Because y'all enabled this shit. Y'all enabled it for political gain and advantage. Y'all did it for money. But see, shit don't hit home till it hits you. Ask them senators and congressmen that was running and hiding today. And that's the thing that as a black person, I find astonishing, and that makes me so annoyed, right? Because you can watch black people get killed in the street. You can watch, y'all, let's think about this administration. Let's think about the thing. You can watch LGBTQ people get their rights stripped away systematically. You can watch black people get killed in the street by policemen for no good reason, and be fine with all of that. But now shit hit different, because you got your people. Let me tell you something. And for the white folks that's watching, y'all know I'm multicultural. I love everybody. But this y'all people. Mostly. Okay? And a lot of black people is watching this in disbelief. And I'm going to tell you something. If you want to understand, if you want to know what is happening in the mind of a black person, I'm going to be honest with you. Black people ain't pissed because they stormed the Capitol building. They not upset because some senators and congressmen and Mike Pence had to hide and be evacuated. Because the reason why is that black people never felt included in this country in such a way that they were so patriotic that this unhinges us. Well, most of us. See, that's what happens when you don't include everyone. Everyone doesn't have the same stakes involved in what these things, when these things happen. Black people aren't mad about any of that. You know what black people are upset for? Black people are upset because police didn't really show up for 4 hours. Black people are upset because this was a moment to see if police brutality was going to be uniform. And it wasn't. Black people are upset because today, yet again, our suspicions and beliefs were unfortunately affirmed and confirmed on national television that we will always be policed differently. I'm going to be honest with you. I wanted to see somebody get their ass beat today. And I know you may say, DD, damn, that's fucked up. They may flag this video. And that's fine. I get it. Some people may even say what I just said may qualify as hate speech. Hate speech is me saying I wanted the police to beat the shit out of all white people. That's not the case. I just wanted to see if the police was going to react the same way to thugs and terrorists and rioters, the same way they do in the middle of the summer when the thugs and terrorists and rioters have a tan. That's what I wanted to see. Here's another thing. And I hate to give this orange bitch credit, but since the rise of Donald Trump, America has went through a civics class. As a country, we have been through a civics course. All of America, for the most part, know how things work now. Every detail. Let's think about it, kids. Let's think about it. When the fuck we ever turn on CNN to watch a certification of electoral college votes on TV? We didn't even know that they did that shit. When have we ever looked at an election night and said, oh, we got to wait first for them to count the mail-in ballots, then they got to do the absentee. You know, they don't get the military ballots. They got to be here by Friday, postmarked by the day. We never knew that shit. Some of us did. We never was thinking about that shit. You got motherfuckers, and this is a great thing. This is a bright spot in this void of darkness. When have we ever watched election night footage like it was American Idol? And looked on the map with John King and Steve Kornacki and said, oh, it's still 100,000 votes in this outlying county. That county is mostly Democratic. So Warnock probably going to get 70% voter share of that. And then they're going to get 30%. He needs about 1.5% of this vote in order for it to qualify as a no contest so they don't have to do a recount. Never! Never! When in your lifetime has a fat bitch from Baltimore with pink walls and acrylic nails damn near done weekly civics courses for going on 2.5 years and motherfuckers is still watching? We would have never. I don't know, like honestly, with this shit, I don't know what I would have been doing. I would have never even thought to start a YouTube channel if it wasn't for the bullshit. Now you got motherfuckers sitting, oh my God, in Wyoming, bitch, it's a runoff race for city selector. And this city selector has this power to help this mayor who is an influencer and the governor. And I'm sorry, I just had to laugh because it's like the shit that I be seeing. Oh, we are at 1.1K. Thank you for pointing that out. I appreciate it. When did we have that? Right? We didn't have these things. This is crazy. And I say this like periodically throughout our therapy sessions. Senators are celebrities now. AOC sells merch, bitch. If you go on her website right now, she sells merch. She got t-shirts and shit to help with her campaign. The bitch done won already. When has Nancy Pelosi, you seen Nancy Pelosi and AOC on Drag Race as special guest judges? We have gotten into a time where politics have consumed our news cycle so much that senators, congressmen have become celebrities. Who the fuck? We never knew who the fuck the Senate Majority Leader was. Keep it 100. You ain't know what a Senate Minority Whip was. You ain't know none of that shit. 10 years ago, if I'd have held a gun to your head and say, who's the Senate Majority Whip in the House right now? You'd be dead. Boom. But we in a place now where things is just different. These proceedings that we seeing, that we watch, that's prime news on CNN and shit, that's some shit that you would see on C-SPAN that you flip through trying to find, your shows and some shit. You be like, oh, they doing something in the Senate. Let me turn. And let's look at this. If you're a newscaster, if you're a journalist, I feel for you because for the last 4 or 5 years, 6 years, Your life has been nothing but political news. I don't know the last time I just turned on like the news, like CNN, MSNBC, or anything like that, and saw a human interest story in the regular news. Not one of their documentaries and shit, but in the regular news. Oh, breaking news, First Lady, Chief of Staff resigns. Melania Trump's Chief of Staff resigned. Bitch, we don't care. This is like the rats jumping the ship at this point. You should have been resigned, bitch. Okay? And I couldn't imagine if I'm coming out of a journalism school or whatever, or I'm just getting into the industry, and literally my job every day is to sit and go listen to lies and report them to a national audience. Just like that lava video that he released today. That video crystallized the fact that he is a madman. You call these domestic terrorists, say it again with me, terrorists, you call them special people. They special, alright. They dumb as bricks. And now we're at a place where, honestly, and Van Jones brought it up today, is this the end or is this the beginning? Like, because if this is the beginning, shit is about to get real. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Metropolitan Police, y'all gonna have some explaining to do as far as I'm concerned. Y'all gonna have to explain this display that y'all did today. But maybe this was all coordinated. And then part of me, right? Part of me feels like if we're talking about, this, secret society or this dark government or deep state, what if part of this was let them come here, have their fun, get it all out, and, we'll be done with it, right? But even if that's the case, why do they get that privilege to do that? And I strongly believe it's because with these Proud Boys, with these Oath Keepers and all of this shit, I think that the government actually is scared of them. Because they're armed, they're trained, and a lot of them are ex-military. And I think what it is that they're scared that, motherfuckers don't want to die. And it's just incredibly stressful. It's incredibly exhausting. And I said it, and I didn't know how true my words were going to be. But I say it. He's going to make us suffer until the very end. Now, another section we got to look at. The global stage. World leaders are speaking out. Oh my God, this is not the United States. The United States can't say shit to nobody about anything right now or in the foreseeable future. Don't send any troops to Venezuela when there's a coup of an elected official, because bitch, you just had one. Don't send you performing sanctions because of this, that, and the third. You're not in a position to do that. Okay? You're not in a position. The United States is not in a position to be telling any other country what they need to be doing. They're just not. They're just not. And I feel like Joe Biden's presidency, for a smooth 2 years of the 4, is going to be him doing PR and damage control to our global allies, enemies, frenemies, and constituents, to repair the damage that has been done by this awful man. Awful. And I want to say this to all of the people who voted for Donald Trump in 2016, 2015 for the 2016 election, I'm sorry. This is what happens when you throw your morals out the window and your good sense, and you decide to vote with your pocketbooks and your skin color. This is what happens, darling. This is what happens. And usually, we're all about unification and all that. No. If you voted for Donald Trump because you want to, maybe he's a businessman. All this shit, this your fault too. You got a hand to deal in this. You helped make this a reality. So you're not absolved of you had the right to vote for him, but you knew better. You knew better. So when you see him in a grocery store and you try to explain why you did what you did, honestly, bruh, I don't want to hear it. Because I don't really care. And at this point, you were explaining and apologizing and regretting. Don't do shit for the place that we at now. Learn from this and next time do better. And that's all I have to say about that. Now, of course, like most of you, I will be monitoring throughout the night. They're supposed to be going back in session, so I want to end now because I want to see the session on the Senate, on the floor, for them to finish certifying the votes. Don't forget, you can follow me on social media at Dapper Dan Midas on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, the whole Chappelle. If you want to donate to the channel, you can do that as well. Venmo or Cash App at Dapper Dan Midas. My picture will pop right up. Also, too, if you are not subscribed, you can also do that on youtube.com/Secretary of Shade. Just hit the bell for notifications. We are going to get through this. Okay? We are going to be better. For my people in D.C., because I'm in Maryland, which is right next to D.C., it's like literally down the street. Please be safe. Stay in your homes. There is a curfew. Have something to protect yourself nearby, if necessary. And, just be on alert because who knows what's going to happen. On that note, I want to get ready to watch this certification that they get ready to pick back up if they're going to televise it. And I will see y'all soon. If something crazy happens, as you know, we'll be meeting again very soon. But if not, y'all have a good evening. Stay safe. I love y'all. I thank you for the support. We had a record 1.1 thousand watching at a time tonight. So that's crazy. But y'all have a good night. I'll be updating on my page throughout the night as I always do. Y'all stay safe and be blessed.